Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors. In today's video, I'll be sharing my thoughts on the progress thus far for the official Star Wars The Vintage Collection Mos Eisley Cantina Haslab, and some Cantina figures that would be nice to see again or in general. The Vintage Collection Mos Eisley Cantina will be the perfect addition to our shelf displays, and finally offer a proper hangout for all the 375 aliens and figures that many of us have collected over the years. It's 100% modular, allowing it to be taken apart and displayed as small sections on your shelf, or fully assembled for the ultimate coffee table piece or background for your action figure photography. I am personally very excited for both and can't wait to add this one to the collection. The Haslab campaign is currently at 5,600 plus backers out of the total 8,000 needed to secure the Cantina and the base figure offerings. I personally think this is a decent campaign thus far, but I'm sure many of you are worried and skeptical. There's only 16 days left, and many fans felt this would be an instant success given the original trilogy love and support from the 375 community. The middle of these campaigns are always slower than a bantha after a full meal, and I'm even more hopeful that the final days will unlock all or at least some of the tiers. Perhaps it was too soon for another big ticket item after a successful Ghost Haslab campaign, or maybe the year has just been a little too lackluster. It's really hard to say. Now, if you're only just becoming aware of this dream come true Star Wars collecting item, there are two options for this Haslab. The base version at $399.99, which is half of the Cantina alcoves, the entrance, full bar, a hefty amount of accessories, and 3 exclusive included figures, which are Wooher the bartender and the never before made Tonica sisters. These figures will not ever be made available outside of this Haslab and will be extremely rare, so keep that in mind. Then there's the deluxe version at $499.99, which includes everything from the base version plus additional tables, booths, accessories, and the remaining half of the alcoves, which have unique features and screen accurate details. Either version adds to the total backer count, so head over to HasbroPost.com and back either version now. Time is running out. Now, if this is not your cup of Jawa juice, blue milk, or you don't have the funds or space, I get it. But if you are interested, don't miss out on this exclusive dream item, as the secondary market prices will be brutal, and you will end up paying at least double the initial cost of this dream come true item. You have from now until July 9th to back either the base offering or deluxe option, and remember, Haslabs do not charge until the campaign is over, so you can absolutely back now and still have until July 9th to plan accordingly. The more people that back instantly, the better, as we want to gain numbers and unlock the tier figures and their unique card backs starting at 11,000 backers for Greedo, 14,000 for Nalbron Leeds, and 17,000 for Ariel Schulz. Hasbro has also stated that if these figures are unlocked, there's a chance we will see them in the main line on different card backs, but only if they are unlocked. But moving on, let's talk about figures that would help world build this vintage collection environment, both potential new figures and possible repacks that we will need for this Cantina display. Now let's start by stating the obvious. Repacks are not always fun, especially when they are outdated in comparison to the brilliant releases we are seeing these days. Additionally, I think it's safe to say that there are characters that are far more important, as the TVC wishlists are endless, and continuous trooper repaints and repacks can cause frustration within the community. The Legacy Collection had some incredible figures and was a remarkable line that still has some fans paying top dollar to track down some of these characters on the secondary market. A number of Cantina aliens were released around this time, and Lisa Serlin is one of my personal favorites. The figure isn't all that exciting, but something about the bright pink skin tone and silver space outfit just screams sci-fi action figure. She's a must for your Cantina display, and one of the better figures that was made from this wretched hive of scum and villainy. Now, she does have swivel legs, and overall the sculpt is okay by today's standards, but with the current $18 MSRP, ball-jointed hips would be a nice improvement, and I would not be opposed to seeing the legs from the Tonica sisters used for this upgrade. Moving on, we have Herchik Kalfas and Pons Limbic, who are once again superb figures for their time, and will set you back a decent amount on the secondary market. Both figures are classic Star Wars aliens that just radiate weird Cantina vibes. While both are excellent from the waist up, they are living in the past with those less than perfect swivel hips. While they mainly need to sit and stand in our Cantina displays, perhaps there's some baggy pants tooling or boots that could be used to update these quote-unquote action figures and make them better than they currently are. TVC 1.0 had some Cantina patrons that seem like easy repacks for Hasbro, but I think we can do better. Bomb Bim Dim still holds up rather well, besides the lower legs of course, but both Dr. Evazan and Ponda Baba could and should get proper updates in TVC 2.0 for our Cantina displays. Once again, I'm sure some creative tooling and kit bashing can be used to release better versions of these characters. At last, let's talk about some new figures I would like to see added to our vintage collection displays and shelves, starting with Blue Snaggletooth. Symbians are pretty damn cool to begin with, and if you toss some silver boots on them, well, you better watch out. My TVC wishlist is a simple retool using the lower legs from the new Kanan Jarrus combined with a new upper body for Blue Snaggletooth. This fresh take on the cult classic Kenner figure is a must for TVC in my opinion, and I'm rather surprised that this character was not included in the Haslab offering. Moving on, we have Hammerhead, an essential, newly tooled figure that would check off another original 96 character for the vintage collection. Additionally, no Cantina would be complete without this creature, and I have a pretty good feeling we may see this character now that the Cantina is a possibility. And lastly, we have Boshek, who was originally released in The Power of the Jedi, but could be another new figure whose tooling could be used for a definitive vintage collection Bosk and even the yellow version of the Cantina Spaceman. While Boshek had minimal screen time, he is an essential figure for our Cantinas and could be an excellent example of smart 375 tooling for future characters. Hopefully the vintage collection Mos Eisley Cantina backs and Hasbro is able to properly world build this set with newly tooled figures or updated figures that we want to see, while still maintaining a healthy amount of figures from all recent properties and projects. So if you're a fan of Scum and Villainy, Aliens, world building, or new TVC action figures, be sure to back this Haslab. This is our time to shine and show Hasbro that TVC collectors appreciate and support these types of world building items, and more importantly, newly tooled action figures. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What figures do you want to see from the Cantina? Are you okay with repacks, or should they be newly tooled? And don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and may the Force be with you.